Thank you very much and welcome back here to Duggan Park in Ballinasloe for our second night in our Galway Under-20 Festival of Hurling. Two more finals to look forward to here on Galway GATV in association with Stream Sport and Galway Bay FM. And we'll give you every puck of the ball between now and sometime around 10 o'clock this evening, whether you want to watch both matches through Galway GATV or pick one in particular. Later on at around 8 o'clock, it is the Castle Group Under-20A Hurling Final for 2025. The meeting of Loughrea and Owenmore Mary. But to get things up and running is a very tasty affair. St. Thomas's against Portumna, and they are battling for the Galway Under-20B1 Hurling Final for 2025. Two clubs with great tradition in recent years, working their way back with talented groups of young players. Both clubs have tasted success in recent years and have some winners. St. Thomas's in 2023, Portumna in 2022 involved in today's game. So we're looking forward to all the action. Stick with us here on Galway GATV for our two games coming up very, very shortly. Is the Castle Group Galway Under-20 B1 Hurling Final for 2025, thrown in at 6:30 between St. Thomas's and Portumna.
Michael Kelly Engineering Limited, Castleboy, Kilcrease, Loughrea, County Galway. All types of gates, railings, slatted house fittings, non-spill watering troughs, self-locking barriers, calf creep feeders, steel fabrication and mobile welding. CE certified, qualified for the new farm buildings grant. Telephone 091 634 645 or mobile 086 276 7351.
Al Hayes Motors. It's easy to find your dream car. Simply shop online at alhayesmotors.com where you can inquire, book a test drive or even apply for finance. Contact us at 09097 42200 or visit alhayesmotors.com.
Good evening, thank you very much and welcome here to Duggan Park in Ballinasloe for our second night of our Galway Under-20 Festival of Hurling. As you heard at the very start of the programme, two more finals taking place this evening, and our focus now for the next hour and a bit is on the Castle Group Under-20 B1 Hurling decider between St. Thomas's and Portumna. Both clubs have enjoyed great success on the national stage in recent years, both rebuilding for the future and both hoping to pick up Under-20 titles again after successes in recent years. With that being said, we are going to go through the two teams very shortly. We're going to start with St. Thomas's. They are right in front of us in the red jersey today, and they line out the 1 to 15 as was named during the week. So St. Thomas's are as follows: Martin Gannon in goal. Full back line of 2, Eamon McGlenn. 3, Paul O'Donnell. And 4 is Conor Flynn. Half back line were number 5, Diarmuid Gillard. 6 is Gary Kennedy. And 7 is Aaron Uniacke. In midfield were number 8, Tom Fahey. Partner number 9, Louis Brady. The half forward line 10, Sean Kelly. 11 is the captain, his name is Darren Farrell. And 12 is Evan Fahey. And the inside line, top of the right, number 13, Oisin Flynn. Full forward, number 14, Evan Brady, and top of the left where number 15 is Conor Larkin, and the St. Thomas's manager is Cathal Burke. Of course, that's the St. Thomas's team. Portumna there in the yellow jerseys, and they also line out the 1 to 15 as named in during the week. And their team is as follows: in goal, number 1, Andrew Canning. 2, Oisin Gordon. 3, the joint captain, his name is Kieran Lawless. And 4 is Owen Ward O'Mara. The half back line were number 5, Conor Murray. 6, Michael O'Sullivan. And 7 is Rowan Carty. In midfield were number 8, Cormac Duggan. Partner by number 9, Jody Canning. The half forward line 10, Tom Kelly. 11, Irla Kelly. And 12, the joint captain, Adam Canning. And the inside line, top of the right, number 13, Luke Murphy. Full forward, number 14, Callum Keane. And top of the left, where number 15 is Shane Martin. The Portumna manager is Noel McNulty. Plenty of experience with the management teams for both clubs on a very, very big day. Of course, this is St. Thomas's against Portumna. They never leave anything behind them. St. Thomas's, as we mentioned, they won the league championship this year as well, beating Rahul Newcastle 3-18 to 1-9 in that final battle. back in May. They were champions in under 20 in this grade back in 2023 when they beat Porrick Pierces by 122 to 210. And as many as 11 panellists from that victory 2 years ago were involved then. As you just saw there on your screen a moment ago, the match officials led by Jerry Hurley, and we're back there with St. Thomas's, a club founded in 1968, have enjoyed great success with our senior team, 8 times county champions. They've won under 21 A titles in 1980, 1995 and 2013. Hoping to add a B1 here today. For Portumna, they won the 2022 championship in under 20, beating the Mellows by 318 to 10 points on that occasion. Adam Fogarty and Declan McLaughlin starring for Portumna. And they have 4 survivors from then: Andrew Canning, Owen Ward O'Mara, Kieran Lawless and Michael O'Sullivan, all panellists on that day. St. Thomas's on your screen, going through their last huddle before the ball is thrown in. And of course Portumna out to the left there as well. Great sun out here. A few dark clouds circling around Duggan Park in Ballinasloe. But hopefully everything holds up. The wind, a bit of a breeze going towards the right. Not as strong as it was last night for any of you who are with us watching the victories for Karen Moore and for Michael Cusick in the A1 and B finals. So it looks like that Portumna will be attacking the goal to the right as we look at it. We're just having a quick look around the field to see are there any late changes from that was announced. And we haven't spotted any at the moment. Of course, we were told the 1 to 15 for both teams. But sometimes you always have to have a double look. Big game as everybody's getting in position. And you can see the referee Jerry Hurley there on your screen just waiting to get a ball. He'll be getting things up and running. It looks like that everybody is in position and the 1 to 15 are lining up. We'll tell you about any changes very, very quickly if there is. And we get ready to start the action in just a moment. This is the third of our 4 under-20 hurling finals taking place this weekend. We had 2 yesterday, 2 this evening. You can join us for live coverage in Loughrea and Ormore later on, but the ball is thrown in for the B1 hurling decider of 2025, and the St. Thomas's trying to make the attack through Tom Fahey. And the referee has blown the whistle, and it'll be the opening opportunity for the boys in red to get themselves off the mark. Darren Farrell to take this just inside the 65-metre line. To the left of the post, against the breeze, but not that strong. He should be able to get the distance to see if the accuracy. He does indeed. 30 seconds into the game, and St. Thomas's are off the mark. Darren Farrell with a free. It's St. Thomas's 1 point, Portumna no score. Andrew Canning, the Portumna goalkeeper, plays outfield for the senior team. But it's St. Thomas's on the move again to Sean Kelly. He's a player to watch. A Galway minor in 2024. Andrew Canning sends the ball out the field again. Portumna trying to get their first attack of the game down in the direction of Adam Canning, the joint captain on the left. Adam's moving inside here. This is good by Adam Canning. He has the legs to keep going, tries to go inside 2 players. St. Thomas have closed the gap, but have they held on to possession of the ball? Eventually they do. And it's out to Tom Fahey. And Tom Fahey sends it out the field, but it's going to be sent back in by Michael O'Sullivan. Can he get the equalising score? Not to be. First wide of the game. And it's going to be for Portumna. So we're going to restart the action. Martin Gannon, the St. Thomas's goalkeeper, just waiting to get a ball that he likes. St. Thomas's started off this campaign beating Lee Mellows and Ceylon. They had a walkover against Ballygar in their 3rd game. And they beat Tina Abitanari 5-12 to 2-15 in the semi-final 2 weeks ago. Ball goes out over the line, the far side of the field. And running across there is Conor Murray, number 5 for Portumna. Won a Leinster Minor Hurling Championship with Galway in 2023. Conor Murray sends it down the left in the direction of Luke Murphy. Ball's in the middle of the park now. St. Thomas is on the move again. Just one score if you only join us in Galway GATV in association with Stream Sport and Galway Bay FM. Evan Brady sends the ball across to Sean Kelly, and Sean Kelly sends that to the right and wide. Early stages in this under-20 B1 hurling final. Andrew Canning will get us going again. Left hand side, sends it down the field, gets good distance on that near the opposing 45-metre line. Adam just couldn't get into his hands on that occasion. St. Thomas's have reinforcements in. Sean Kelly very busy in the early stages. Ball goes out over the line. Will be a Portumna ball. And Adam Canning. I have a go at this. So just inside the 45-metre line, attacking the goal to the right. Adam Canning looking to get Portumna off the mark. He's teeing this up. Goes with a shot in towards the goal. And St. Thomas's will get this out. So Portumna in possession now. Shane Martin trying to work a way in. Out in the direction of Callum Keane. Callum Keane to midfielder Jody Canning. Jody Canning gives it back to a teammate. Portumna moving it down the right. Touched there by Conor Flynn. But he needs support. Gary Kennedy is there for St. Thomas's. Goes to ground. The referee says that's a free out. Nearly 4 minutes gone in the game. Just a one score in the match. Martin Gannon will come out to take this just outside the 20-metre line. So Martin Gannon with the free out the field in the direction of Evan Brady, but Evan Brady doesn't win that. It's won by Conor Murray. Gives it to Jody Canning, and Jody Canning will send it down the field in towards the attack, looking for Callum Keane. St. Thomas is just getting the little touches in defence of the knee. Gary Kennedy is there, and Gary Kennedy sends it down towards the number 7, Aaron Uniacke. St. Thomas is looking for the second score of the game. There might be a chance for Darren Farrell. He got the first one. Drops it into Andrew Canning again, and the Portumna goalkeeper equal to the task. Delighted to be joined in the commentary box by Gordon Dewan. And Gordon, early stages in the game, just a one score from the free for Darren Farrell, but a big occasion for these two clubs, as it is for all the clubs competing this week in these under-20 finals.
Yeah, and especially these two teams, are expecting a tight, close affair between them. They both had comprehensive victories in the semi-final, and they've been fairly dominant in the championship, so it should be a nail-biter between these two.
Tom Value's trying to bring the ball out there for St. Thomas's. Portumna is just getting in the way, and the referee says the foul was committed on the Portumna player, and it's going to be a free in for the South Galway team. So this will be a chance now to level the game. The knock was on Cormac Duggan. He wears number 8. Chop in the hand. So the effort at the post by Irla Kelly, and Irla Kelly puts the ball over the bar. The sides are level. It's St. Thomas's a point, Portumna a point.
Yeah, well taken score there from Irla. He's been one of their standout performers so far in this year's championship, and has scored in heavy. Yeah,
Irla Kelly was carrying a knock on his thumb there coming into the game, but wanted to start this game and has got his opening score off the match. Referee had spotted the arms around, so St. Thomas is going to get another goal straight from the puck out. It'll be a chance now for Darren Farrell to go for his second score. Free taker is going to be very important in this game, Gordon, especially in the nervous early stages of the match.
Yeah, but conditions are good now, and I suppose once both free takers get their first shots at the post, they'll have an idea of what way the wind, if there's there probably is a slight breeze out there, and very difficult to see it from here, but both sides will be hoping to get the first frees and get them and put them over the bar and see how they go from there.
6.5 minutes gone. Darren Farrell going for his second of the day. Puts the ball over the bar. Well taken score by Darren Farrell. And St. Thomas's go back in front 2-1. It's the free takers. Darren Farrell against Irla Kelly in the early stages. As Portumna go for the short puck out the far side of the field. Owen Ward O'Mara, survivor from 2022, sends it down in towards the attack again, batted down by Paul O'Donnell for St. Thomas's in the direction of Gary Kennedy. Gary Kennedy is trying to move the ball outfield. Again, you can see Sean Kelly back. He's wading up and down that flank. Referee says that St. Thomas's free out. There's a bit of a getting to know each other there by a couple of players, Gordon, but you're all part of the early stages of any championship final.
Yeah, it is, as you mentioned there already, Darden, there's a bit of nervousness, I suppose, for the county final, and both teams find it will take a couple of minutes for them to settle into the game and find their feet. And as we can see from the scoreboard, we're 7.5 minutes in, 2 points to 1. You know, forwards would like to get a shot off of the post now and see what they're made of.
And we might get a score from play here because Tom Fahey goes to the post, drops down. Andrew Canning got a touch in there to clear it out is Conor Murray for Portumna, and he had to, it wasn't Conor Murray actually, but he has the ball now in his hands, but he had to get the interception in there for Portumna because it was a dangerous ball dropping down. Darren Farrell going for the short free in the direction of Tom Fahey, who sent it in towards the goal, and moving out the field that was Aaron Uniacke. Aaron Uniacke for St. Thomas's, knocked forward by Darren Farrell in towards the attack. St. Thomas's field, there's a potential goal on here. It didn't get a decent chance. Good defended by Kieran Lawless. Kieran Lawless trying to block that ball there from Evan Brady. And Evan Brady is a player to watch as well. He scored 112 when St. Thomas's beat Porrick Pearson in the final 2 years ago. Louis Brady doesn't get it out too far. Scramble for possession. Portumna hit it on the ground. Ground hurling alive and well in Duggan Park in this Thursday evening. As Adam Canning will go up another goal, tries to flick in behind the defender. You can hear the supporters saying good man Adam. They liked what they saw, but they like what they see from Early Kelly. Early Kelly goes forward, he wins the fray. He's not happy, Gordon.
No, it was a high challenge, right, and it'll be interesting to see will Jerry Hurley, the referee, will he throw out a yellow card early doors. It was high, and Irla protesting there that he was bearing in on goal, and you know it denied him a goal scoring opportunity, so it's a yellow card, the first yellow of the evening.
Pointed in the direction of Gary Kennedy. Early Kelly will take this free. It's on the 20 metre line. It should be straightforward over the bar, and Early Kelly puts the ball over the bar. 9 minutes gone in the game, 2 frees each, and it's 2 points apiece between Portumna and St. Thomas's.
Yeah, as we were saying, it's going to be tight and close throughout, I'd say, and Adam Canning there is going to be a handful, and Thomas's will have to be mindful of him.
St. Thomas's of Darren Farrell too is going to work hard for themselves. Of course, players with senior experience on both sides. That's a great interception there by Cormac Duggan. It looks like there with the ball for Portumna. Has the ball, has support, but he's going to go himself. It'd be a great score if he gets it. The first score from play in this U20B1 final, and a great score it was. Gordon, Portumna in front for the first time.
Yeah, Cormac Duggan, he's been a good player he's been representing Galway at academy level as well over the years. An excellent player. He's been played I've seen him play in the academy in defence, but he's a usually player. He can play in any position and has played well there in the middle of the field and took his point well.
Aaron Uniacke sends the ball down towards the attack for St. Thomas's. They're now 1 point behind after leading in the early stages of the contest. They're still trying to work a goal scoring opportunity here. Darren Farrell is in there, and Andrew Canning just puts the ball away just to get it away from the goal. The instinct of a goalkeeper to clear the danger first and foremost. The referee has spotted something inside. The goalkeeper is on the ground, so we're going to have a hold up and play. Gordon, not too sure if you saw what happened afterwards.
No, it's just that say he got caught when he pulled on it there to clear it away from the goals, and there was a few players around him, and he's probably got a clip, and Jerry Hurley just consulting his umpires to see was there anything untoward in it, but it just seemed to be just a clash, I think, and Andrew's gone down.
So it'll be an indirect free for St. Thomas's unless the referee decides to make a decision on this. On the left hand side, just off your screen, is Louis Brady there with the ball. Referee is taking a note. I don't know now if he's made a call on this. Darren Farrell is getting the yellow card. He was the person going in for the goal scoring opportunities. It was obviously just caught late afterwards. So Portumna are going to have a free out presumably. And a reprieve there because there's been a bit of activity down near that Portumna goal in the early stages. And again, St. Thomas's, they might be against the wind in the first half, but it's not a very strong wind compared to last night's action. You know, but they do feel St. Thomas's there is a potential goal in the early stages of this match. Yeah, well, I suppose you're looking there, and the Evan Brady, he's been playing very well for the senior team as well, and he's a great target man along with, and very tall. He's going to cause a lot of trouble in there, along with Darren Farrell as well on at centre forward. So they have 2 target men then that I'm sure Thomas's are going to try and get ball into them as quick as they can. Andrew Canning sends it down the field, but only as far as the St. Thomas's number 8, Tom Fahey. Tom Fahey turns on his left and will send it back up the field again. St. Thomas's want to get the equalising score. They want to get their first from play in this game. Darren Farrell's the man that might be able to get it. Goes for the shot. A good assist by Oisin Flynn, and Darren Farrell gets his third of the afternoon. Level for the third time at 3 points apiece. Yeah, Darren took that well now. He came out here in front of the stand and on the run took the shot. He even probably had time to stand up and hit it, but he had the confidence to take it on the run and an excellent score. Conor Murray takes the short puck out for Portumna, sends it down towards enemy territory, wanting to maintain the advantage. Luke Murphy is there. He came off the bench in their senior victory against Munya last weekend, but it's St. Thomas's that win the free. Good work by Diarmuid Gillard on that occasion, and Tom Farry's going to leave it for their goalkeeper Martin Gannon. Martin Gannon to take the free outside the 45-metre line. Good crowd here to support the two teams. Conditions ideal as Martin Gannon sends it down in towards the attack for St. Thomas's. Again, hands going up. Opportunity here for number 15, Conor Larkin. Conor Larkin trying to find a way inside, but Portumna defends very, very well and get the free, get the decision. Again, great bravery being shown by Kieran Lawless.
Yeah, he started well here, and he's had to deal with a couple of balls in there, in around the square, and he's going to have a great battle there with Evan Brady.
Evan Brady's a danger man. As we mentioned, he's scoring prowess 2 years ago. Andrew Canning gets good distance on that. Paul O'Donnell knocks the ball away. And there'll be an opportunity again for Adam Canning. I wonder what he think about this. Just beside the floodlights, they'll be on for our second live game in Galway GATV later on. That is Loughrea against Oranmore Mary in the Castle Group Under-28 final, completing a great week of Under-20 hurling here in Ballinasloe. Adam Canning plays it along the ground in the direction of Luke Murphy. Defender comes out, Diarmuid Gillard. Number 5 is St. Thomas's. They have it back now to the centre back, Gary Kennedy. Took a deflection and Portumna win it back to Jody. Jody Canning the name. Sends it down just inside the 45-metre line. Rowan Carty is in there trying to make something work out of this. Back to Jody Canning. Either side lacking hunger for the ball. Sean Kelly again, and many times we've mentioned his name in the commentary. Ball goes out over the line. It's going to be a St. Thomas's ball, Gordon.
Yeah, just a time for Portumna now to regroup and reset up their back line there.
So it's going to be back with Tom Fahey. Do we start the action? Another player very busy in the early stages. 3 points apiece, level 3 times as we come up towards the end of the opening quarter of this Under-20B1 hurling final. Tom Fahey gets well underneath the ball, but how far does it travel? Will it travel far enough to his midfield partner, Louis Brady? This is won on this occasion by Evan Fahey. Evan Fahey sends it down in towards the danger area again, looking for the two-man inside line, but it's Conor Murray coming out with the ball. The Portumna defence just standing up in this early stages, and Conor Murray gains the yards, sends it down. That's a good pass in the direction of Early Kelly. Early Kelly will go for a shot from play. Is it good? Not to be. Good attempt, it has to be said, Gordon, but great defending again. We've talked about the Portumna defenders like Conor Murray coming out in that occasion.
Yeah, Conor seems to be sitting there in front of the full back line, trying to pick up any loose ball that comes in and trying to cut off the supply, I suppose, into Evan Brady. I think Thomas's were aggrieved there that Evan Brady might have been fouled in that last delivery, but nothing given.
Sean Kelly tried to move the ball down, but it went off a Portumna stick, so it's going to be a sideline cut for St. Thomas's, the far side of the field. Attacking the goal to the left, if you're listening in audio, Darren Farrell will go out to take this. The top scorer in the game so far with the 3 points he's gotten. 1 of them from play, 2 from frees. What can he do with this? Darren Farrell gets underneath it. It's going to travel, it's going to be close, but the umpire says it's not going to be accurate. We're level in wides, 2 each, 11 in points, 3 each. And this Under-20B1 hurling final, all to play for. As Andrew Canning restarts the action. Scrambling for positioning here, supporters calling for anything going. Adam Canning with the ball for Portumna, turns in his left hand side. Not too sure if he was attempting a shot there or trying to play it inside, but it travelled out nonetheless. And again, it's a final. It's like anything, Gordon. It just takes time to build up, but both teams are certainly showing their commitment to the cause.
Yeah, with that strong sun now is going into Martin Gannon's eyes there in the Thomas's goal. You'll be thinking Portumna tried lobbing a few balls here at this stage.
St. Thomas's lobbed one in there in the direction of Evan Brady. Didn't come from on that occasion. The referee even putting his hand up to cover himself from the sun. Spotted a foul. It looks like it's going to be a free in for St. Thomas's, a foul on Evan Brady. It'll be a chance now for Darren Farrell to go for his 4th score in the game. St. Thomas's manager is Cathal Burke. His backroom team include Damien Finnerty, Dara Burke and Cyril Kelly. And I just wonder, would Darren Farrell be tempted Conor Murray was trying to check out his intentions, but I'd say this will be going over the bar. But Darren Farrell. But St. Thomas is back in front. Oh, he went low. And it's Andrew Canning that makes the save. He decided to go for the standing shot there. Not to be, he was tempted, no doubt. We'll get Gordon's thoughts in a moment, because Sean Kelly sends the ball back in, and Sean Kelly sends the ball over the bar. Not all in vain for St. Thomas's. They get a score, but Darren Farrell went low. Andrew Canning equal to the task.
Yeah, it was a surprise, Darren going low there in that instance, and he might have been better off tapping it over the bar, but as it turns out, they were able to reclaim possession and get it over the bar through a good point from Sean Kelly.
Yeah, Sean Kelly reading the game very well in the early stages of this match. St. Thomas's, there hasn't been 2 points between the teams so far. Can Portumna hit back straight away and get another score as Conor Murray moves the ball up the field? It's still Conor Murray involved. I thought he laid the ball out, but it's Iarla Kelly now in the white helmet getting involved there, but St. Thomas's getting their bodies in the way, and one went to ground. Again with Gary Kennedy getting in the way, and he just got the little knee in the back there that pushed him to the ground. Tom Fahey is going to take the free, sends it out towards the right, but Sean Kelly slipped at the wrong time. Unlucky for Sean Kelly, who's been playing well in the early stages.
Yeah, he was awful unlucky there. It was a good ball, in fairness, by Tom Fahey. He spotted Sean Kelly out of the corner of his eye, and Sean just slipped at the wrong moment. He was odds on to get there first and try and get that ball in, but it's turned over and it's a line ball to Portumna.
Jody Canning is the man that's going to take this just inside the football halfway line. And he takes that, gets underneath the ball, sends it down and towards the attack. Portumna, no doubt, no different to what we were saying about St. Thomas's. Portumna will be wanting one of these to work out. Callum Keane, well capable of doing that with the senior experience he's gained this year. The referee says too many steps against the Portumna number 14. St. Thomas's have a mini celebration. It's going to be a free out for them. Looks like it's going to be taken by Aaron Uniacke, the far side of the field, though Martin Gannon is coming out again. And the St. Thomas's goalkeeper will come out to take this on the 20-metre line. So he goes for the short one back to Aaron Uniacke. Aaron gets to have a go at sending the delivery in, but up a few yards. Batted down by a Portumna defender. Eamon McGlynn is up at the St. Thomas's attack at the moment to help out as Tom Fahey tries to get control of the ball. St. Thomas is doing their version of the press, but it's Iarla Kelly that wins it for Portumna. And now this is an opportunity. If this comes to the attacker, Callum Kane, can he turn inside? Paul O'Donnell bent it awkward the first time, but Callum Kane has it again, just trying to give it a space. Goes to a shot, goal! A goal for Portumna, and Callum Kane puts the ball into the back of the net. St. Thomas's have pushed forward. The space was there. Paul O'Donnell did his best to block that down, but then Callum Kane got the ball on his left-hand side, and when he took possession, Gordy had only one thing in his mind.
Yeah, superb goal there from Callum Kane. He's just shown how he's turned his speed there and how dangerous he is on any loose ball into that full forward line. I was surprised that Portumna haven't been trying to get more ball into him, because he is such a threat inside and he has pace to burden. An excellent goal and set up well by Iarla Kelly.
That could be the score now that really lights up this U20B1 Hurling Championship final. Portumna 1-3, St. Thomas's 4 points as Sean Kelly sends the ball in towards the attack, and looking to control it is Conor Larkin. He's the number 15, Evan Brady there as well, and St. Thomas's seem to be lining up bodies. They know they have to respond, get a score, even if it's only a point. They might try and get more. Eventually they win the free. Was Tom Fahey in there trying to drive the yards, push forward and running maul if you like. He gets the free nonetheless, and Darren Farrell, you would assume, Gordon, will bring this back to a 1 point ball game.
Yeah, just goes to show how quickly a game can turn. Like Thomas's were pressing on the Portumna defence. They were trying to they had a couple of shots at goal. You know, it was Thomas's were in the ascendancy, and then one quick ball into that full forward line, and Callum Kane gets the ball in the back of the net. And it's those small margins that are going to prove the difference at the end of this game.
They will be the difference there, as we've a hold up and play. Tom Fahey receiving some attention, and he should be okay. Darren Farrell will be ready to take the fray, no doubt. I doubt he's going to go for a low effort again. He'll probably pop this over and get their 5th score. His 5th score of the game would be as well. So Darren Farrell takes the free, no messing around this time, puts the ball over the bar in the 22nd minute of the game, and it's back to that 1 point ball game, 1-3 to 5 points.
Yeah, Darren Farrell is showing how good he is on the place balls, and a good point, and that brings them right back into this. Only 2 points between the sides and 8 minutes now.
And it'll be a chance for Iarla Kelly to get it again. And the umpire says yes. Martin Gannon said no, but it's the umpire's decision that matters. It goes over the bar. Good play by Oisin Gordon, moving that ball down the right hand side of the field. The last score for St. Thomas's hasn't gone up in the scoreboard here in Duggan Park, but it's 1-4 to 5 points that we have it favouring St. Thomas's. So Martin Gannon to send the ball out the field, and it's won by Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly with possession. St. Thomas is on the move again. Aaron Uniacke gives it to Tom Fahey. Tom Fahey will go for a shot at the post. And that goes out to the left and wide. We'll get a confirmation on the score in a bit. We have it 1-4 to 5 points. As Portumna restart the action again, this is won by Luke Murphy. Luke Murphy trying to come inside there now, willing to take on the two defenders. Goes to ground and he wins the free. And Luke Murphy leaving it for Early Kelly. Gordon for a man with a broken thumb. He's definitely nothing wrong with his shooting at these early stages, Early Kelly.
Yeah, I saw him in the semi-final against Clonmore Daly now, and he was excellent that evening as well, along with Callum Kane, but excellent from the place balls and such a threat from open play as well.
The free by Early Kelly goes over the bar, and it's another score there, so it's 1-5. We have 1-5 to 5 points, but I can see the scorekeeper down on the line there. Nobody's told him to amend the score, so we'll have that checked first chance we get. The ball breaks out. Portumna on the move again. So Jody Canning turns to his left hand side, and it's another point. It is a score. We're watching the umpire. Well, there's a bit of dispute here. Nobody's up to the white flag yet.
Well, the umpire on this side didn't flag either way, whether it was a point or wide.
I think the referee will have to go in and sort this out. The sun in the eyes of the umpires, that has to be remembered. He's given the score, so Jody Canning, much to the delight of the Portumna supporters, gets the point in 25 minutes. And it's 1-6 is Portumna's total at the moment. So Portumna now, she's playing with a bit of confidence. Bit of tennis between the two teams. Conor Murray takes possession. Adam Canning from distance. That goes out to the left and wide. So it'll be a chance for Portumna to start again. So St. Thomas is sending the ball down towards the attack. There's been an opportunity now for Oisin Glenn to come inside. Oisin Glenn is going to keep going here. Oisin Glenn goes with a shot at. And again, Andrew Canning making the stop. The referee had blown for a foul.
Good reflexes there from Andrew Canning. You know, he wasn't aware that there was a free, so he still had to make the save.
Yeah, we're just double checking the score there. We had 5 points for St. Thomas's. I think we're just getting the confirmation. That is correct. Yeah, we just have that confirmation there now. So we're going to back for the free. Darren Farrell will take this. 27 minutes gone in the game. And it's now 1-6 to 6 points. Darren Farrell doing the scoring for St. Thomas's. He's got 5 of their 6 scores. Andrew Canning, though, has made sure that St. Thomas's have not been in for any goals. Early Kelly, but there's a player on the ground and the referee wasn't taking any chances in case it was a head injury as such. So Early Kelly doesn't get the advantage with that shot. 3 minutes to half time. Callum Keane with a goal for Portumna, a couple of good scores in the contest. Very close in the scoring throughout. Never more than 4 points between the teams. Irla Kelly will restart the action, Gordon, which I'll be assuming will be an indirect free. Unless the referee indicated it was a foul on Adam Canning.
Yeah, no, it's indirect, all right.
So Irla Kelly.
Irla's trying to find a pass.
Looking for the pass in the direction of Jody Canning, but probably a bit ambitious, and St. Thomas has had a red. That's Tom Fahey moving up the field now for St. Thomas's. Now he's got 2 players in front of him. Decides to go for the long ball in towards the attack. There was probably better options, but you can't blame a player for going forward. Conor Murray with possession. Sends it in towards, now can Portumna punish this? Owen Ward O'Mara. Down in towards the attack. Down in the direction of Callum Keane. He just couldn't get his hands on it on that occasion. And again, you can hear the passion of the supporters of both teams in the stand. St. Thomas is getting the decision.
Yeah, it looked like a Portumna ball. It looked like the Thomas's player tapped it out.
Callum Keane didn't put up too much of a protest himself. As 1 or 2 nearest did. Tom Fahey will come down to restart it.
Tom Fahey's been putting in an excellent shift so far this evening for St. Thomas. He's getting through an awful lot of work.
I'd agree with you with that there himself. Sean Kelly and a few of the defenders there working very, very hard in the early stages. Tom Fahey takes the ball. Away with this break here now. St. Thomas's could do it now. Portumna, the wind has settled down a bit, but Portumna do have the win in the first half. Let's not forget that. St. Thomas's will have that advantage in the second half as Louis Brady, but the referee says he illegally pushed the player out of the way, and Portumna will get their free. John thinks it was a shoulder. Gordon's not too convinced.
Yeah, it was Darren Cahill-Burke anyway, are definitely not impressed with it, but
Portumna will get
it happened right in front of the referee, so in fairness, Jerry has thought it was he pushed him out of the way.
It's going to be the free for Irla Kelly, and this will be a chance to put 4 between them with 30 seconds of normal time remaining in the first half. Haven't seen any indication of much added time there'll be. There wasn't 2 or 3 stops. Might be 2 or 3 minutes. Irla Kelly takes the free, and he puts it over the bar in the 38th minute of the game. And it's now 1-7 to Portumna, 6 points to St. Thomas's. And we're just waiting to reach now 1 minute of added time, we're being told. So there'll be 1 or 2 more scoring opportunities in this game. Martin Gannon, he'll be hoping St. Thomas's can get one of those. It's knocked forward, Sean Kelly underneath that, but there's Conor Murray mopping up again as he's been doing throughout the game. Down towards the line, but back there is Gary Kennedy for St. Thomas's. Gary Kennedy shakes off Callum Keane, gives the ball to Conor Flynn. Conor Flynn sends it down towards the left. Sean Kelly again. Crossfield ball, but there's no one there. Well, there should be no one there. Adam Kennedy looks like he's going to win that race. Just about. The hand was out though. And Portumna get the free. Portumna will have a chance there to add to a score. Gordon, from your own experience, to win non-strong as last night, is 4 points a fair reflection of what Portumna would have needed to have an advantage, or does the elements really make much of a difference in this particular game today?
Not really this evening, I suppose. Darren, as we know, county finals will take a life of their own no matter what the conditions are. Portumna have been trying to play with a 2-man full forward line there in that first half, with Conor Murray sweeping up to great effect, it has to be said, there between the half back line and the full back line. So I'm sure they would have hoped to have got a few more scores before half time, but it has to be said that when they got the goal, it was against the run of play.
That was a good goal too. They haven't conceded any either. This is Jody Canning. I don't think that'll come in on that occasion. 4 wides each by my count. Portumna 1-7, St. Thomas's 6 points, and about 30 seconds of the added time remaining in this first half. The referee has blown the half-time whistle, and Portumna with a 4-point lead. A goal from Callum Keane. A round of applause for both sets of players as they go off the field to play. Gordon Dewan, your overall thoughts in the first half?
Yeah, it was an interesting half of hurling, Darren. I suppose, as we said early doors, that both teams looked nervous, and it was Freeze that dominated the first opening 10 minutes of the half. But then once the sides got a grip to it, we got a good bit of hurling in then. Thought Kieran Lawless there played very well at full back, having a great battle with Evan Brady. Darren Farrell then at centre forward doing a lot of good work, and Tom Fahey really the workhorse in midfield. And And it has to be said, prior to the Portumna goal, the Thomas's defence were holding strong, and they had a good grip on it. But it was an excellent goal from Portumna. Early Kelly made it. Callum Kane then just turned on the speed and put the ball in a place that no goalie will save, right in the bottom corner. An excellent goal. And it sort of came at a time when Thomases were enjoying possession but weren't getting the scores on the board to prove their dominance at the time. So the perfect time to get that goal for Portumna, and they drove on from there, and Thomases have found it hard to get back into that game. And it's a true, I suppose, in the last quarter Portumna have been deserving of that lead at half time, and Thomases now will have to regroup at half time and see where they can get the scores to get them back into the game. It's only 4 points, it's 2 scores, and they'll be looking to make a good start to the second half.
We're looking forward to seeing how it all works out. We've highlighted the first half coming up here now on Galway GATV of the opening half of this under-20B1 hurling final. But it's Portumna who have the advantage. Callum Kane has the goal and they lead by 4 points. Gordon and myself will be back in about 5 to 10 minutes time with live coverage of the second half. Half-time score here in Duggan Park, Ballinasloe in the under-20B1 hurling final. It's Portumna 1-7, St Thomas's 6 points.
Michael Kelly Engineering Limited, Castleboy, Kilcrease, Loughrea, County Galway. All types of gates, railings, slatted house fittings, non-spill watering troughs, self-locking barriers, calf creep feeders, steel fabrication and mobile welding. CE certified qualified for the new farm buildings grant. Telephone 091 634 645 or mobile 086 276 7351.
Al Hayes Motors. It's easy to find your dream car. Simply shop online at alhaysmotors.com, where you can inquire, book a test drive or even apply for finance. Contact us at 09097 42200 or visit alhaysmotors.com.
So the effort at the post by Early Kelly, and Early Kelly puts the ball over the bar.
Get them and put them over the bar and see how they go from there.
6.5 minutes gone. Darren Farrell going for his second of the day, puts the ball over the bar. Well, to 20 metre line, it should be straightforward over the bar. And Early Kelly puts the ball over the bar. 9 minutes gone in the game. 2 frees each. Portumna has the ball. thank you very much and welcome back here to Duggan Park in Ballinasloe. It is half-time in the Galway Under-20B1 hurling final for 2025. Portumna 1-7, St. Thomas's 6 points, and we're just waiting for St. Thomas's to come out for the second half. Portumna didn't waste much time in the dressing room. Indeed, there wasn't much time wasted at all. I'm Darren Kelly, joined in the commentary box by Gordon Dewan. Gordon, Portumna probably the quickest I've seen out from any team in any match this year, straight back out because it's not that long ago, in fairness, since the teams went in.
Yeah, they're dying to get back on with it, I think. And as you said there, we have a referee. We've one linesman, have we? I see Peter Campbell and Jared Dwyer there.
Yeah, I think Peter would have
slowly making their way across.
Went in to check in St. Thomas's to see if they're coming out, but there probably will be another couple of moments. But a lot to think about too for Cathal Burke and his management team as well. 4 points down in a game that they just couldn't get their hands on a goal. They had a couple of chances. Andrew Canning pulling off a couple of stops. Darren Farrell did go low on one occasion with the free as well with that. Portumna happy enough too in this position, and like anything as you said there, they want to get on with it to get the opening score, but have they come out that bit too early?
I don't think so. I suppose the other side of it is you could spend 10 or 15 minutes talking rubbish, and it's no good to anyone. So I'd say the management there had a couple of points to make. They made them. Let's get back out again, lads. I suppose they won't like to be waiting, but I suppose it'd be worse if there was a shower of rain or something and, it was freezing cold. But conditions are mild enough this evening, considering what we were used to for last week.
Yeah, St. Thomas is working their way out, and just when you talk about conditions, the clouds are looking much more favourable than they were at the start. The sun is down, as you can see here on Broadcasting Galway GATV in association with Stream Sport and Galway Bay FM. St. Thomas is out for the second half. Portumna have made no changes that we have noted. We're just having a quick look to see is there any changes for St. Thomas's. They will be attacking the goal to the right as we look at it for the second half, and they'll want to get the first few scores of the game. We'll keep an eye on that, and if there's any changes we'll let you know about them straight away. But once everyone's in position, we'll be ready to go for the second half. And don't forget, this is the first of 2 live games we have on Galway GATV this evening. Stick with us at 8 o'clock for Loughrea against Owenmore Mary in the Under-28 final. Myself and Gordon will be here for that one as well. That's going to be a tasty affair, but it's going to be a tasty 30 minutes here between these two teams. I haven't noticed any changes so far, but the ball is thrown in for the second half. We'll run through the scores in a couple of moments. Portumna 1-7, St. Thomas's 6 points, and St. Thomas is trying to battle for possession in the middle of the park, as are their opponents from Portumna. You can see Michael O'Sullivan was there for Portumna wearing number 6, but it's Eamon McGlynn, the number 2 for St. Thomas's. Finds the ball in the direction of Oisín Flynn. Oisín Flynn sends it towards Tom Fahey, but Jody Canning getting in the way there for Portumna. Gets the ball up to his hand, turning on his left hand side. Jody, a Galway minor this year, under the team managed by Kenneth Burke, who is from St. Thomas's. Aaron Udiak misses out the ball on that occasion, and now this is Irla Kelly out in the left. Doesn't get it too far, blocked down by Gary Kennedy. Gary Kennedy sends it down the field. Supporters walking past us in the commentary box. They want to get a better view of the action. We have a good view because we're watching Evan Brady. Hasn't scored the game. Had the advantage, is going back for the free. A player that we thought would be significant on the scoreboard hasn't scored in the game, but as you mentioned, Gordon, a great duel in defence he's having with Kieran Lawless.
Absolutely, and he showed his strength there in Portumna, trying to keep him away from goal, but in the end they ended up fouling him. He was on advantage. Jerry Hurley was waiting to see Danton develop out, but he didn't, so he brought it back for the free, and this should be bread and butter to Darren Farrell from what we've seen in the first half. Yeah,
Darren Farrell has scored 5 points, 4 from frees in the opening half. Sean Kelly with the other point for St. Thomas's. Irla Kelly's also gotten 5 points for Portumna, one of those from play. The goal by Callum Keane, and also points for them by Cormac Duggan and Jody Canning. Darren Farrell to take the free, 90 seconds gone in the second half. He hit it a bit too hard, and he hit it wide. Had a surprisingness in that occasion.
Commentator's curse,
but one there, he just wanted to get on with it, but just probably put a bit too much purchase in it, and it remains a 4-point ball game. Portumna 1-7, St. Thomas's 6 points. Andrew Canning sends it out the field towards Owen Ward O'Mara. Owen Ward O'Mara finds Michael O'Sullivan, and Michael O'Sullivan will launch it towards the attack, just a bit too far away from Callum Kane on that occasion, but St. Thomas's need to settle. Aaron Uniacke with the ball, and he'll move it down the right hand side of the field. St Thomas is going to come into this game as the favourites based on their results in the championship. But Portumna are looking very much up for this contest. Jody Canning down the field again. An important touch by Diarmuid Gillard for St Thomas, and Sean Kelly is claiming he was fouled. We're back with the action. We're watching Cormac Duggan. Cormac Duggan finds a teammate out on the left. Early Kelly now takes the pass, sends it down. Just probably caught in two minds on that occasion. That ball will go out harmlessly wide. Portumna look very intent on doing things when they get possession of the ball.
Yeah, and going back to that free, Thomas will be disappointed now they didn't get that opening score of that second half. It would be hugely crucial if they did and leave only one score between them, but as it is, there's still that 4, and if Portumna could get a score now and extend it out to 5, it'll be setting those seeds of doubt in Thomas's, so they really need to get a score on the board early doors.
Yeah, getting a score at the start of a half always settles the team down much quicker, and you can see Portumna have taken that lift from St Thomas's. Miss Kieran Lawless doing well there to win the free inside the 45 metre line, and Andrew Canning is stepping up to have a go at this. I wonder will he try and have a crack at the post. He's going to drop it in towards the house again. It's a 4-on-4 situation there. There's a hand going up for Portumna from Adam Canning. Adam Canning just couldn't get control of the ball. He was first there, and the referee is indicating a free out. Aaron Uniacke, the player that goes to ground. We might have a hold up for a couple of moments.
Yeah, Aaron Uniacke has been another player now that has been working very well for the St Thomas's side so far this evening. Has cleared a lot of ball, and hopefully they'll be hoping that he's not injured, or they're just checking him out to see is he okay and ready to continue. He looks to be good to go.
Yeah, he's good to go. It'll take more than that to take down Aaron Uniacke. We'll keep an eye on any substitutions, but there's no changes in the field that we've seen. And it's going to be Martin Gannon, the goalkeeper for St Thomas's. They send it down the field, long drive down towards opposing territory. They're trying to create a 1-on-1 situation. That ball just getting away on that occasion, but he hasn't been cleared, and it was Evan Fahy, the man that didn't get it the first time, has it the second, gives it to Darren Farrell. Darren will go for the shot, but that ball has gone to the left and wide. The wide count in the game is very equal, Gordon, but it just feels like St Thomas's have probably missed more of the key ones.
Yeah, I suppose that goal, as we said at the time, has proven crucial. It's the difference between the sides, and do Thomas's need a goal to get themselves into it? They need something anyway. It's a long time since they've scored from play, and they need something at this stage to inspire them.
Adam Canning was trying to receive the pass from Andrew on that occasion. Jody Canning there battling for Portumna, but St Thomas is moving the ball up the field. Eventually it comes to the number 5, Conor Murray. Plenty of ball in this match, has possession, turns to his right hand side, sends it down in the direction of Callum Kane. Callum Kane gets the ball that he wanted. Now he'll try and take on Paul O'Donnell. No gap there, but he'll turn in his left. He'll go for the point, and that one goes to the right and wide. No different to talking about the Thomas's misses. Again, you just see no sign of score yet, and Portumna could have done major damage if they got that one.
Yeah, you would have thought Callum, he nearly stood up to hit it. He had so much time to hit it, especially when the St Thomas's defender slipped. I thought he was surely going to split the post, but both sides showing their nerves here at the start of the second half.
A lot at stake. This is a county final at the end of the day. Owen Ward O'Mara trying to take possession for Portumna, trying to bring it out the field, can't find a way through. They gain a few yards. St Thomas's have helped them by moving to a few more, but it might work out for the Gilcrease Peterswell Castle Daly team. Eamon McGlynn doing the work there to give the pass off. That ball goes out harmlessly wide in the end. Nobody able to commit to getting on it. It was a delivery sent in by Louis Brady. And we're going to start with Andrew Canning again. Andrew Canning on the left. Down the field. Down towards Adam. Goes out, not too sure who went off there. It's going to be a St Thomas's ball. Early stages of the second half, 6.5 minutes gone. There is a St Thomas's substitute, Tom Skell, wearing 23. He'll be coming on the field to play shortly. Indeed, he's coming on now. He must have heard our cue from the commentary box. So we'll see who he's coming on for. Bit of confusion exactly who's going off the field to play, so we're going to have a hold up and play. It looks like it's going to be the number 12.
Yeah, Evan Fahy.
Evan Fahy is the man that comes off. And we're going to restart the play down the right in Tom Fahy involved in the move. This is Evan Brady. Evan Brady with the pass to Darren Farrell. Darren Farrell goes for the shot, and it's not third time lucky for him. They're just not going over at the moment. There's a dispute about that, is there? Dispute in the line, but I don't think there's going to be any change in the decision. Remains a 4-point ball game. Portumna 1-7, St. Thomas's 6 points. Who will get the first score of the second half? Andrew Canning to get us going again. Andrew, of course, still underage next year. He was a minor in 2023 for Galway and under 20 this year. High challenge. Portumna get the decision. Jody Canning did well. And Iarla Kelly will come out to test the distance just inside his own 65-metre line.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far will it drop short. Will he have the accuracy?
The wind still going to the right, but it's not having a major difference. Now, some of the low flags look like they're blowing well. But this is Iarla Kelly on your screen. Looking for his 6th point of the match. This time I think we were good. They were good. It's gone over the bar. Jody Canning wins the free. Iarla Kelly puts the ball over the bar. There's 5 points between the teams. 1-8 to 6 points.
Yeah, great. I suppose Iarla had the strength to go.
Evan Brady has the ball. Here's a player inside to substitute. Tom Skell, can he finish it off? The goal! A goal for St. Thomas's. Talk about making your mark in a county final just on the field of play. But as soon as we saw Evan Brady in space Gordon, it was always looking dangerous for St. Thomas's.
Yeah, what an introduction. His first touch of the ball, and it's ended up at the back of the net. And that's exactly what Thomas's needed. They needed that lift. They needed something to get them going. Now it's really going to be interesting to see what team now is going to push on from here.
1-6 to St. Thomas's, 1-8 to Portumna. Who'll get the next score? Gary Kennedy has the ball for St. Thomas's. That gives the pass off. They try and move up the field. Aaron Uniac, the man in possession. Down in towards the attack again. Can they create another? They have a dangerous man inside now, and Thomas Skelly's proven his danger. But Oisin Gordon keeping very, very tight with him. The referee says there was a push. It's going to be a free. And St. Thomas's will get a scoring opportunity. And Darren Farrell will come over to this now after the goal. If he can put this over the bar, the St. Thomas's supporters are really going to be feeling good about their chances.
Yeah, we're still only 9.5 minutes gone in the second half, so there's plenty of time. It's going to be a difficult free now for Darren. It's over near the far sideline. He's between the 45 and the 65. So it'll be interesting.
Darren Farrell, as you can see there, just slightly to the left of your screen. He's missed a few at the start of the second half. This will do his confidence well if it goes over. And it is a great score, as Gordon says there. It's all of a sudden back to a 1-point ball game. 1-7 to St. Thomas's, 1-8 to Portumna.
Yeah, just the tonic that Thomas has needed to get them back into this game, and I think Portumna now looked like they were going to bring on a sub as well, so both sides now know that the game is there for the taking, and it'll be interesting to see which team now grabs it by the scruff of the neck from now on.
Sam Quinn is the man that's getting himself ready. He wears number 17. Owen Ward O'Mara plays a 1-2 with Andrew Canning, and the ball goes down the field in towards the direction of Aaron Uniac. Adam Canning is there too, but it's a third man and the fourth man that has it. Tom Fay, the man that drives the ball down the field. That one's not going to be on target.
If that had gone over, there would have been some cheer in the stand.
there certainly would have been as well, and good work by Eamon McGlynn to set that up too. 5th wide at the half for St. Thomas's, and we've only played just over 10 minutes.
Yeah, and a lot of them have been from distance as well. They're not trying to work that ball in, as we said in the first half. Evan Brady and Kieran Laws were having a great battle, but they haven't got many opportunities here in the second half.
Andrew Canning launches it down towards the attack, the opposing 65-metre line, won by Michael O'Sullivan. He gives it to Jody. Jody Canning with the ball, drops it down. Callum Keane, can he come in behind that? Conor Flynn wants to be careful. The St. Thomas's defender, Paul O'Donnell, was out there to help out too. St. Thomas's have managed to take possession back. Gary Kennedy, the man, the centre back, coming out the field. Was he challenged high? No, as the referee. Louis Brady launches it down the field. Portumna get a touch. This under 20B1 hurling final is starting to pick up the intensity in the contest, as Evan Brady hasn't scored but he's set up a goal, has the ball there, had the ball. Portumna get back in. Good work by Owen Ward O'Mara, the number 4, in the middle of all that there too, and it's a battle. Conor Murray trying to get his stick in it there too, but it's won by Conor Larkin. Conor Larkin gives it to Sean Kelly. Sean Kelly drops it into the hands of the goalkeeper Andrew Canning, and Andrew Canning has plenty of time to go up. Nobody putting the pressure on him. Up towards the middle of the park, he's lost the ball, he's giving it away. Darren Farrell going for another score. The sides are level in Duggan Park, and Darren Farrell in another goal. He could have tried to lob the head to the goal. He was happy to take his point. There's afters going on, Gordon, but it's all square here in the final.
Yeah, well taken point there from Darren Farrell, bringing the sides level. Andrew Canning would be disappointed with his clearance. Of course, it was one custodian to another, Sean Kelly hitting it in. We know Sean from playing in goals at underage for Galway. Andrew as well has played in goals for the Galway Miners as well. And 2 yellow cards there being shown by referee Jerry Hurley.
Yeah, Kieran Lawless and Conor Larkin, the 2 players that have received those yellow cards, but it's all square again in this final. St. Thomas's have the bit of momentum. What can Portumna do in response? Ball goes out over the line. This is going to be a Portumna ball, says the linesman, the near side of the field. Right in front of the dugout. Portumna could do with the next score. They got the first point of the second half 5 minutes ago. Jody Canning will send it across towards Conor Murray. But there's Evan Brady now starting to put his mark in this final. Gives the pass off to Louis Brady out towards the left. This is an opportunity for Darren Farrell. He couldn't score a few minutes ago. He can't miss now. And Darren Farrell puts it over the bar. What a turnaround for himself. As you said, Gordon, when you get one score, the confidence lifts. He's got now 3 very, very quickly. And St. Thomas's are in front by a point.
Yeah, he's proven the difference here in this second half. As we said, he missed 1 or 2 there. But once he's found his range now, Portumna will be trying to stop the rot and trying to get a score on the board.
Evan Brady was involved with that there as well. St. Thomas's with the lift. They've scored the last 1-3 unanswered. Michael O'Sullivan has other ideas for Portumna. Sends the ball forward to Jody. Jody Canning got 1 in the first half. He's got a second one in the second half. It's over the bar in the 14th minute. We're all square for the 5th time, 1-9 apiece.
Excellent point from Jody there on the run. Had the confidence to go for it, even though there's so much at stake. And an excellent point.
1-9 apiece here. Who'll get the next score? It's certainly picking up here. St. Thomas is trying to work away inside. Conor Larkin, the man with the ball, gives it back towards Tom Fahey. Tom Fahey will go for a shot at the posts. That one just didn't materialise for him. It goes out to the left. 10th wide in total for St. Thomas's in the match. 6 in the second half. Referee wasn't ready for the restart because the substitution is taking place, and Sam Quinn, as we told you, coming on the field of play for Portumna. I think it's Tom Kelly going off. We'll confirm in a second for you in that. Tom Kelly is indeed it is. So both sides have made one change. Plenty of activity here in the main stand near our commentary box. Some supporters coming in for the upcoming game at 8 o'clock between Loughrea and Ormore Mary. Martin Gannon plays, or Andrew Canning, plays a 1-2 to send the ball down the field. But it's back with St. Thomas's out there, getting all the breaks around the half-back line. In particular, Gary Kennedy winning the free there. I wonder, will Darren Farrell have a go at this?
Yeah, where we saw Kelly's earlier free from his own 65, and Darden is he 55 yards out from his own goal?
It would be around that
distance now. But we know he has the strength. Will he have the accuracy to get this one? It'll be a huge point for them if he can split the post with this free.
This will be his 9th score of the game. If it goes over the bar, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. And they like it. It's gone over the bar. 4 in a row for Darren Farrell. What a recovery for himself. Again, good work by Gary Kennedy to win the free. And it's 110 to 1-9 to St. Thomas's.
Yeah, it just proves that that wind is playing little influence in the game so far. We've seen points from distance from both sides, so it's setting it up nicely now for the final quarter.
And we've just entered that final quarter as well. 14 minutes of normal time remaining. Andrew Canning sending the ball down the field, hoping that Callum Keane can get in that. We know what he can do with one ball. But Paul O'Donnell hasn't made it easy for him throughout the game. It was probably unfortunate that one time the ball broke away into space, which Callum Keane got a perfect Portumna goal in the first half. Again, the scrum in there from both teams. Who will take possession? It's Callum Kane for Portumna. Sends the ball down the direction of Michael O'Sullivan. Michael O'Sullivan thinking about going for a shot. No, he's going to send it in towards the house, but only as far as Eamon McGlenn, another player that's shown up all over the field to win possession. Owen Ward O'Mara has the ball for Portumna. Gives it to Conor Murray. Conor Murray there finds a teammate of Portumna working it up the field through Cormac Duggan. Cormac out the far side of the field here. Kelly will have a shot at the post from a difficult right angle. Again, it's going to be close, but not to be. And it goes out to the right and wide, 7th wide of the game for Portumna. The work, we get Gordon's thoughts in a moment because St. Thomas's haven't wasted any time. Sean Kelly takes the puck out and it's gone over the bar. And St. Thomas's are on a roll straight from the puck out. Sean Kelly takes possession, puts it over the bar, 111 to 19.
Yeah, Sean showing what a dangerous player he is in the forwards. We would have seen him play in the backs at underage before he went into the goals, and now we see him up in the forwards, but he's such a great striker of the ball, and he's taken 2 excellent points here this evening.
St. Thomas is again trying to create another attack. Sean Kelly has the ball on the right again. He just
looks good.
Have a pop for fun. No, has it got its goal? It's a goal! It's a goal for Sean Kelly. You can see the umpire reacting very, very quickly. Andrew Canning had it in control, just unlucky there for the slip behind. The umpire has already pointed towards the green flag. St. Thomas's have a goal. What an amazing score, Gordon.
What a turnaround since half time. And we were straight behind Sean Kelly's shot, and it looked like it was going over the bar, but dropped short, deceived Andrew Canning in the goals. And a fortuitous goal for Thomas's, but they'll take it.
There was 5 points they trailed, now they lead by 5. It's Sean Kelly again going for the shot, and he puts it over the bar. The assist from Darren Farrell is all St. Thomas's here at the moment now. 2-12 to 1-9, 11 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, I should even say, they were 5 behind. Now they're 6 in front, and Portumna are rattled. St. Thomas's have the ball. Tom Fahey with the shot, and that one goes into the right and wide. They nearly
of all the guys who probably deserved a point, it was Tom, and he's had a couple of chances there. They've gone to just the wrong side of the post, but he's been a Trojan worker there for Thomas's there this evening.
He has been indeed. He's set up a few scores, especially in the first half. He's gone for a few from distance there that haven't happened for him, but his team could be one big score away from having one hand on the trophy in this match. A foul committed, Portumna will have a free, even an opportunity for Irla Kelly to go for a score and settle things down. There's still plenty of time in this game to save. We're still over 10 minutes of action, 11 to be exact, to Portumna number 11. Irla Kelly will get ready to take this free on the 45-metre line to bring this back to a 5-point ball game, to get their first score in what will be 12 minutes. Takes the free, puts it over the bar. They've gotten the point. It's 110 to Portumna, a score they badly needed.
Absolutely, they needed a score now just to stop the flow of momentum with Thomas's, and we'll see now can they add to that.
Conor Murray has the ball. The referee spotted a foul. There was a Portumna player on the ground, but the decision is going St. Thomas's way. So something there between Michael O'Sullivan and Sean Kelly, I think, but the referee gives the call to St. Thomas's, and Darren Farrell takes a drink of water. And this will be a chance to restore the 6-point advantage. We're inside the final 10 minutes of this Under-20B1 hurling final. And Darren Farrell, by my count, this will be his 10th point of the match if it goes over. So just on the 45-metre line, Darren Farrell with the fray. You can hear the cheers from the St. Thomas's supporters. That has gone over the bar, and it's 2-13 to St. Thomas's, 1-10 to Portumna. They're not quite at need a goal stage yet, Portumna, but they need a run of points very, very quickly. Long delivery down. Again, Portumna just trying to get control. Effort by Sean Kelly. He's had some superb ones, and it's a great score again from Sean Kelly in the last few minutes. He's hit some super scores as the goalie minor from 2024. He put 7 points between the teams. Gordon, is that going to be enough for St. Thomas's?
It looks like it's Darden. We're coming up to 8.5 minutes now left to go, and Portumna really Thomas's have really stamped their authority in the game there in the last 10 minutes, and they just seem to be in a flow now.
Sean Kelly has sent the ball in towards the attack. This might work out with Thomas Kelly at the ball. That was a hard throw to this. It's going to come out for Evan Brady. The danger's not got a shot. A defender blocks it down on this occasion. Can't say Thomas is getting the goal. Brady. Goal. Game, set, match, and championship. Evan Brady puts the ball into the back of the net. We have seen one of the maddest saves of the season there by Andrew Canning originally, throwing the hurl to block a Stinner, but Evan Brady was not going to be denied, and he gets his goal.
In fairness, for the one to try, and he probably deserves the goal. He's had a lot of opportunities there this evening and had no luck, and he was determined to make sure that one found the back of the net there.
3-14 to St. Thomas's, 1-10 to Portumna. And for Portumna, a brave effort. They led by 186 points at half time, but have only managed 2 scores in the second half. St. Thomas has missed an awful lot of chances at the start of the third quarter, but since then they've been knocking them over. Hard to believe they've had the luxury of 7 wides in this period.
It looks like Portumna are bringing on their sub-goalie and maybe bringing Andrew Canning out the field for the last few moments.
Well, it looks like that indeed, and of course that's Adam Finn, the man that'll be coming on the field to play. Is there hope for Portumna? Jody Canning sent the ball down to Callum Keane, but St. Thomas's just seem to have grown in inches in their performance. Paul O'Donnell clears the ball out towards the middle of the park, out towards the 45-metre line as far as Michael O'Sullivan. Michael O'Sullivan with a pass across to Rowan Carty. Rowan Carty just can't get control of the ball, being put under pressure by Oisin Flynn. Iarla Kelly comes back to take the possession. Long pass down in the direction of Sam Quinn doesn't materialise, and it's going to be Tom Fahey to take the ball for St. Thomas's. Puts it down towards the attack, Tom Skell. He was involved in the second goal, he scored the first. He's trying to get it out, another one himself. Just can't get it away, Evan Brady. Leaves it out towards the right. This should be a score for Conor Larkin.
Yeah.
And Conor Larkin doesn't disappoint, puts the ball over the bar. 24 minutes gone, and another point for St. Thomas's. It's now 3-15 to 110.
Yeah, I suppose it's the spread of scores as well that Thomas's have had in the second half, and it has to be said that Tom Mitchell has made some impression since he's come on. He's caused pure panic anytime the ball has gone in there. He got 1 goal. He's had tried to get a second and a third one, but he's really given the Portumna defence something to think about since he went in.
Now, at the player that's going off there, because as you said, his own Ward O'Mara is the player that's leaving the field to play for Portumna. As you said, Andrew Canning will be putting on the number 20 jersey, which is his outfield jersey. Indeed, one supporter came up to me before the game and asked me how come there's 2 Andrew Cannings on the Portumna lineup. I don't know if he's wearing number 20 or not, but he's that's the jersey he has, but it looks like it's number 22 on his back. So Andrew Canning, wearing 22, is now out the field. Is there some magic left yet in Portumna to save this game? They'll have to do something amazing because there's 11 points between the teams. And it's going to be Iarla Kelly to take this free in the middle of the park. Going to drop one down, seeking to get 1 goal. That's going to go into the hands of the goalkeeper, Martin Gannon. Martin Gannon will send it out the field, and Tom Fahey is the man waiting for it. And Tom Fahey will launch it down towards the attack. Will that go forward just a bit too far? And Adam Finn, the goalkeeper for Portumna, takes the ball, sends it out the far side of the field, goes out over the line. Gordon, I'll be getting you to think about your top players and your man of the match. Don't announce it yet, but we'll get your top players in the game in a few moments' time. And of course, then the man of the match will be announced by Galway GAA before the presentation of the trophy to the winning team, to the winning captain, which at the moment is looking like it's going to be Darren Farrell. Ball along the ground. Scramble for possession between the 2 65-metre lines. Push forward. Tom Fahey will get on this. Back to Darren Farrell. Darren Farrell, good turn by him. Emil McGlenn on the 65-metre line. Andrew Canning just does enough to put him off. Jody Canning will send it in towards the attack, looking for Callum Kane, but again the defender rises high. Paul O'Donnell wins the ball. Now it's in the middle of the park for St. Thomas's. They're looking for some champagne hurling to wrap this up from Evan Brady. Evan Brady tried to pull it away from the goalkeeper. And the referee, Jerry Hurley, blows the whistle. It'll be a free out for Portumna. Adam Finn, a bit of panic there from Portumna. He missed it the first time he hit it along the ground. Sean Kelly takes the pass of Evan Brady, puts it over the bar. Things are just not going right for Portumna. They are going super right for St. Thomas's. It's now 3-16 to 110.
Yeah, it is interesting to see how much Sean Kelly, he scored 1-5, is it there? The majority of that then in the second half. He scored a point in the first half, was it? But the Thomases are just lucky in the fact that they have a good keeper in Martin Gannon. Otherwise, Sean Kelly would be in goals. So it just goes to show, in other years, you might have only the one goalkeeper, you mightn't have a choice, you might have to put him in, but the fact that they had two good goalkeepers, they were able to push Sean Kelly up the field, and not even where he'd usually be placed in defence, but to push him up into the forwards, and what a performance he's put in there in that second half.
I'm going to tell you the story about another St. Thomas's goalkeeper in a moment. Cathal McMahon has come on the field to play for Oisin Flynn as Conor Murray for Portumna has the ball and sends it down the field in towards the attack, but St. Thomas's just always seem to have a body in the right position. Colin Kennedy to Louis Brady out to Darren Farrell will go for a shot from distance, going to go for the score. That is going to go harmlessly to the right and wide. The other goalkeeper is also St. Thomas's Sarah Healy, of course, the All-Ireland winning camogie goalkeeper for Galway back in, I think was it 2015 or 2016. She was out the field for the All-Ireland Under-16 Championship, and she scored 12 goals over the course of the campaign as Galway won that All-Ireland. She was back in goal when she moved up to the minor ranks, and of course has excelled as one of Galway's greatest ever goalkeepers. We're going to see another St. Thomas's substitute at the moment. Gordon, without just when we're watching play, without naming your man of the match, just tell us the players that have impressed you for both teams.
Yeah, Darren, I suppose if we start with Portumna, Kieran Lawless has been excellent there. Fullback Conor Murray has played the sweeper system very well and picks up an awful lot of loose ball. He's a real talent. I'm looking forward to see how he develops in the future. The midfielders there, Cormac Duggan and Jody Canning, have got through a lot of ball as well. And up front, of course, Iarla Kelly, Adam Canning and Callum Kane have been their most dangerous forwards.
The Portumna players that have impressed anyway as play continues on. A bit of tennis there at the moment. I leave you consult there with Galway GA and just pass on the man of the match, Gordon, to Galway GA there as well, and that'll be announced at the when the trophy is presented at the end of this game, likely to go to St. Thomas's. And we're watching the action there. I think that all that consultation has taken place, and we'll get Gordon back to look at the action here in the moment as the long ball goes down in the direction of Sean Kelly. Jody Canning is there as well. Jody Canning gets the decision. He wins the free, and it's the decision has been made there as well. So we'll have the announcement of the man of the match at the end of the game, just before the presentation to the winning captain. Portumna have won a free. Jody Canning, another player, Gordon, as you mentioned there, has worked hard for his team. Just got the decision over Sean Kelly on that occasion. Gives it to Andrew Canning in the number 22 jersey, going for a shot at the post. And the goalkeeper who started the game gets a point out the field of play. Portumna get a score 111 to 316.
Yeah, I suppose they needed more from the forwards there in that second half, but once St. Thomas's got control and they just kept on keeping the scoreboard ticking over, it's very difficult for Portumna to get back in the game.
So it is a substitution for St. Thomas's. We've been told to be 2 minutes of added time played as well. Now the substitution for St. Thomas's is Ben Prendergast is on the field of play. And Ben Prendergast is coming on for Eamon McGinn, and he gets a well-deserved round of applause. So it is out the field now it goes. Long ball down there, I took my eye for a moment, but Adam Finn didn't. But St. Thomas's field is another goal in them. But Evan Brady says, I'll take a point, I won't be greedy. Over the bar, another score. About 90 seconds remaining. Evan Brady has met his mark in the later stages of this game.
Yeah, he's been a thorn in the Portumna defence all afternoon or evening. He hasn't scored as much as he probably would have liked, but he's scored 1-1, which has proved crucial in the end as well.
Well, Conor Flynn has decided he's going to get involved in the action because he just put that ball over the bar there, finishing off a 3-player move, and he gets a score in this game now. 3-18 to St. Thomas's, 1-11 to Portumna. Gordon, it's not a total we would have called for St. Thomas's at half time.
Yeah, it has been definitely a game of two halves. At half time, you would say Portumna would have been happy going in with the 4 points, but both sides then showed nervousness in the start of that second half, and really 8 or 9 minutes there before we had the first score, both sides had been guilty of a couple of wides. But once Thomas has got that goal, we were saying which team now is going to drive on from there, and of course it's been Thomas's that have.
The sideline cut taken there by Darren Farrell. Michael O'Sullivan sending the ball out the field. Callum Kane just can't get it. Snatching the ground by Conor Flynn. Down the field between the two 45s. And Cormac Duggan launches one down. Can Portumna get a goal to give their supporters a lift at the end of the game? The referee, Jerry Hurley, spots the foul. It's going to be a free out. And the 2 minutes have nearly been played. So the goalkeeper, Martin Gannon, to restart the action, sends the ball down towards the attack. Is this the last scoring chance of the game? Evan Brady knocks it down. Sean Kelly is there. What a second half he's had. Just didn't get the contact there. Conor Murray doing very well for Portumna. And the referee, Jerry Hurley, blows the final whistle. It's all over. And St. Thomas's are the County Galway U20B1 hurling champions for 2025. 3 second half goals have given them an emphatic 13-point victory, 27-14 in Old Money. Gordon Duman, your overall thoughts on the game?
Yeah, an interesting contest. It really sprung to life in that second half. Darren, the first half, of course, it was cagey. Portumna had got that goal against the run of play. But then they kept on going once they got that goal up to half time and going in at half time 4 points up, and you were wondering when were Thomas is going to spring to life, because there was such a lull at the start of the second half before we had our first score. But once they got that goal, they really drove on from there with some excellent scores after that. Sean Kelly, everything he touched went over the bar. Darren Farrell, Evan Brady got the scores that he needed there. I suppose if we go back the way, Martin Gannon played well, very safe between the posts, good puck-outs. Eamon McGlynn, Paul O'Donnell had a super second half. He had a great, we were talking about the battle that Kieran Lawless and Evan Brady had in the first half. Kieran Lawless had that, Paul O'Donnell had that with Callum Kane in the second half, and probably came out on top over the half. The half-back line was very impressive as well. Jeremy Gillard and Gary Kennedy, Arden Uniac, they cleared a lot of ball and set up a lot of attacks for Thomas's. Tom Fahey, an absolute powerhouse of a performance, especially in the first half. Not so prominent in the second half, but really kept that midfield moving as well for them, and really one of their top performers this evening. Sean Kelly, what a second half performance from him. Evan Brady weighed in with the 1-1, and of course number 11, their captain, Darren Farrell, with a huge second half performance, and was their leading light, I suppose, in the first half as well up front.
Well, St. Thomas is out of victories. You can hear Claude Gagan, the hurling board chairperson, talking in the background. So we're going to take our leave in the commentary box now for St. Thomas supporters. You can see the presentation. If you want to watch the A final between Loughrea and Ormore Mary, don't go away. Log on to that shortly. Gordon and myself will be back. The final score here in the B1 under-20 hurling final. St. Thomas is the winners. St. Thomas is 3-18, Portumna 1-11.
So massive congratulations. And with that, we'll get to the presentation ceremony. First of all, it's what we hear in the double. So first of all, I'd like to present the Man of the Match Award to the captain, Darren Farrell. Was a better hat for the vote, however.
Michael Kelly Engineering Limited, Castleboy, Kilcrease, Loughrea, County Galway. All types of gates, railings, slatted house fittings, non-spill watering troughs, self-locking barriers, calf creep feeders, steel fabrication and mobile welding. CE certified qualified for the new farm buildings grant. Telephone 091 634 645 or mobile 086 276 7351.
Al Hayes Motors. It's easy to find your dream car. Simply shop online at alhayesmotors.com where you can inquire, book a test drive or even apply for finance. Contact us at 09097 42200 or visit alhayesmotors.com.